billions of dollars are spent of your taxpayer money every year. You don't have a choice in what they call behavior placement. They now admit they're doing it, paying for news, paying for anti-family, anti-Second Amendment, pro-global government messages to put in television shows, you name it. The propaganda is inside the show. We don't have that support of the New World Order. We have your support. We're not like the government coming with guns and making you give. It's your choice. Let me give you a quick tour. It's got 4 offices for IT people, webmasters, writers, video editors. And we've already got some basic furniture. Here's another office. Here's the war room, so we can have a conference table, strategize. I can also do phone, radio interviews in here. And of course, this is very exciting, the men and women's bathrooms. And here we are in this Star Trek size control room. But we're planning to do blue screen in here with some of the video reports. We're going to have video editing in here, and also the control center for the television shows that we're developing. All of this done organically by the citizen media via your support. All of this was done as economical as possible, but we still didn't skimp on quality so we can get the job done as best as possible. You've got the soundproofing in here. You've got the scaffolding for the lighting system, and I'm about to purchase next week. We're going to have our high-def cameras in here. Right now, we've just got a basic desk in here, but we're going to get a broadcast desk. We're going to have television screens so I can show people what I'm talking about on the different programs. We're intending to do a daily news brief put out for free on the internet for the general public. And then also, as I said earlier, produce a weekly television show that we're going to try to get on some satellite network so we can also deliver that for free to the planet. But we're going to have to pay for that. So again, it's your support that will make or break this operation. But I have no doubt that fellow info warriors who have a love of liberty and the truth are going to come through. And you support us in other ways, by spreading the word about the radio show, about supporting the sponsors, buying the books and DVDs. It's just these money bombs, which were the idea of listeners going back 3 years ago, that really pushed us over the edge and gave us the funds to confidently expand. And there's also a lot of covert attacks we go through, daily hack attacks, other forms of harassment that I'm not going to get into because our research shows that only encourages the criminals in government and corporate America. But here you are in the heart of the new studio. Think about how far we've come, thanks to your support and my great crew. That a year ago, this was an empty shell. And so the next time you see this, we'll have the set design completed. And I'll be in this room reaching tens of millions of more people per month, thanks to your support. That's why I'm asking viewers and listeners and supporters of all we do at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com to step up to the plate and to donate as much as comfortable for you to the money bomb. If you're not doing well financially, as most people are, please don't donate, not a cent. But if you've got extra and you want to put it towards a cause that you know will have maximum effect, where can you look and find an institution, organization, a media outlet that produces more bang for the buck? We are the info war. You are the info war. And I'm asking you, October 14th, 2010, to join us for the marathon 24-hour broadcast. I may even go longer, with special live interviews and exclusive video interviews that we're going to be transmitting at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com and on AM and FM stations across the country. We understand that society is at that critical juncture, that critical crossroad. And I'm not going to sit back and just be comfortable with the effect we're having of reaching 2 million people a day. I want to attempt to go to the next level, 10, 20, 30 million people a day. And this is the rebel base. This is the center that we will launch the attack on the Death Star from in the info war. Join us for the 24-hour marathon money bomb at InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com on October 14th. And track the latest news and developments at Infowars.com. The ball is in your court. Well, my friends, you've gotten the tour. We're not like NPR that's funded by all the big tax-free foundations, the Ford Foundation, David Rockefeller, and your taxpayer money. We are supported by you, by word of mouth, by your support of the sponsors, and by these money bombs. And that's why I've taken up the challenge. I'm like the captain. I'm either going to sail this ship or I'm going to go down with it. I'm not giving up on free humanity, on liberty, on everything that's good in life. When I look at my beautiful, wonderful children full of creativity and literally the light of God in their eyes, I realize that I've got to, while I'm alive, put every bit of energy I can in to the fight against tyranny. That's why the globalists try to make you feel powerless, because in truth, you have incredible power. Thank you for supporting the October 14, 2010 Money Bomb. Find out more at InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com. And folks, I'm going to come back and hit some final news, maybe even jamming a few calls for folks that are holding in the final segment of this 4-hour transmission. But it really is up to you whether we're going to have the success of getting more information out or not.
Global meltdowns, massive unemployment, endless wars, a new currency crisis, financially and morally bankrupt. A great and terrible storm is approaching. So what's the best way to get ready, to get prepared for hard times ahead? Introducing Off the Grid News, a weekly newsletter for independent patriots who want practical advice on how to survive and prosper in an increasingly dangerous world. It's the best way to get a black belt in emergency preparedness, survival skills, and off-the-grid living. Off the Grid News is fiercely independent, all about self-reliance and packed with helpful information on survival gardening, food preparation, alternative energy, herbal medicines, privacy and security, as well as God, gold, and guns, with absolutely no apologies. And the best part, this $100 a year service is now free of charge for our listeners. That's right, free for our listeners who sign up at offthegridnews.com. That's offthegridnews.com. You can sign up free at offthegridnews.com. offthegridnews.com.
The question is, where should the American people draw their line in the sand?
What have we got? A republic or a monarchy?
A republic is based on a constitution which protects minority rights.
Not democracy, not mob rule, two wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner.
So they think they own our land, they think they own our water, children, our education, our money.
We have to define who we are and what we will tolerate.
Somebody's going to ask you what you did during the Patriot Uprising.
You are being warned.
We have the facts. We have the Constitution. We have the Bill of Rights. We have common law. Knowledge is power, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so excited to be able to offer you Don't Tread on Me, Rise of the Republic. Tyranny is upon us, but liberty and the sleeping giant that is the American people is rising. A new tool in the info war. Don't Tread on Me. Order it at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139 and support independent, patriotic Liberty films.
Afraid to answer it? Afraid to answer your door? Did you know that debt settlement, bankruptcy, and attorneys will cost you about 10 times more than you would legally be required to pay creditors? These are not ways to help you get out of debt. They are expensive payment plans. And if you're in debt already, does it make sense to load yourself up with another payment plan? Zero debt in 90 days gets you out of debt in 90 days, guaranteed. And that's the website you need to visit right now. ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. Zero debt in 90 days gets you out of debt without a payment plan and without attorneys or going to court. ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com is the quickest solution to debt relief on the planet. If you have more than $25,000 in credit card debt, student loans, or difficult mortgage situation, we can help. And we are the only organization to provide written guarantees on the results. Go to ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. That's ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com.
By the way, if you're a radio listener and want to see the tour of the studios, it's up at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, an article and the video. Help us take the InfoWar to the next level is the name of the story and where you can find the video. Please email it out to everyone you know. That's the power of this audience. And again, I want to commend and thank all of you that have already supported us over the years from the bottom of my heart. Let's jam in a few final calls here at the end of this fourth hour. Let's go ahead and talk to Brian in South Carolina. You're on the air.
Hey, Alex, you were talking earlier about some technology, and I wanted to let the viewers know this. If they Google patent number 6470214, that's patent number 6470214, they're going to get enlightened, especially if they think a lot of the stuff that you talk about isn't true. That's about brainwave, basically electronic telepathy, ELF technology. It's real. It's a patent. And today, Iran announced that they got hit by a worm, and they're blaming us for it at their nuclear power plant. And I think it's ironic that also today, a gentleman by the name of Captain Robert Salas, along with several other former UK military officers and United States military officers, are before Congress right now as we speak. And what they're talking about is aliens, UFOs, flew over military bases and disarmed nuclear weapons.
Wow, I didn't know that. Give me a news headline. I know it's now come out that Churchill was covering up the aliens. I know that they announced in the London Guardian the UN has appointed an ambassador for the aliens when they land. Because you know about Project Bluebeam, the government has planned fake alien landings as a hoax to bring in world government.
Exactly. What they're doing is they're trying to say, hey, the aliens are the good guys. And as far as I'm concerned, aliens are demonic, but we have the technology to create aliens. We can make airplanes invisible. We have the ceramic armor to do it. We can make tanks invisible.
No, I know they admit they have the invisible tanks. It all sounds crazy, but it's all real. Interesting points, Brian. Ernie in California, you're on the air.
Yeah, hey, thanks for getting me on. I wanted to thank Tommy for his new mixed media project. It's a real good expression of, like, when you're watching Obama Deception or Fall of the Republic and you're doing your research or listen to your guys' show in the morning, So I just wanted to give you that. But, hey, I wanted to also bring up this straw man argument you've been talking about. Here's a quote from one of Tommy's films. When this guy's talking politics with one of the characters, we all know the function of the media has never been to eliminate these evils in the world. Their job is to persuade us to accept those evils, so it's relevant, Also, I want to talk about those GMO chimeras you've been talking about. I mean, obviously, it's some occult alchemic innovations that have only recently been,
And it endangers the planet. It gives rise to all these mutated viruses and bacteria. But meanwhile, the fake environmentalists are saying, give our liberties up or the carbon dioxide will kill us. I mean, it's just incredible. Great points, Ernie. Let's jam in Scott in Arizona. Scott, thanks for holding. Go ahead.
Thanks, Alex. Hey, I wanted to bring up something you probably might have not heard of. It's a company called Bioseeds. They're getting ready to launch this in Wall Street. And basically, it's synthetic human cells that they say that now that through the pharmaceutical companies, they're going to be able to grow. Like if you have bad tissue in your body from heart disease or anything, they inject these cells, they're synthetic human cells, and they'll grow the tissue back for you. They also grew an esophagus.
No, I've seen it. And people will sell out anything to get it. But meanwhile, the globalists, that makes sense when they're out saying we got to get rid of the general public because they don't want to give all this to the general public. They're testing it on us. Then they take what works, put it under national security, keep it for themselves. Retransmission starts now, Infowars.com. God bless you all. We couldn't do any of this without you. We'll see you back live tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central. Excellent job, crew.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.